Hello and good evening, everyone. Welcome to our virtual orientation that we have here tonight for UW Green Bay. My name is Adam Novotny. I am a program coordinator in the Office of Student Life at UW Green Bay. And I had the fortunate privilege of working with some individuals to pull this together tonight to bring some resources to you. The name of the event is called Your Roadmap to Phoenix Success at UW Green Bay. Because we know you're all at different places along your journey coming into UW Green Bay, but we have that end destination in mind for graduating and starting a career or continuing on in a career. And there's a lot of great resources that we'll be talking about tonight who can help get you there. So keep that in mind. What we are going to be doing is we have a number of different presenters tonight giving some short information about themselves and also providing information on how you can get a hold of them if you have questions later on. And they'll be happy to answer some questions tonight as well. So once again, welcome. What I would like to start out with is a land acknowledgement on behalf of UW Green Bay. So we at the University of Wisconsin Green Bay acknowledge the First Nations people who are the original inhabitants of the region. The Ho-Chunk Nation and the Menominee Nation are the original first people of Wisconsin, and both nations have ancient historical and spiritual connections to the land that our institution now resides upon. Today, Wisconsin is home to 12 First Nations communities, including the Oneida Nation of Wisconsin, Forest County Potawatomi, the Ojibwe Nation communities, Stockbridge Munsee Band of the Mohicans, and the Brothertown Indian Nation. We acknowledge the First Nations people of Wisconsin. Next, what I would like to do is to help you understand Microsoft Teams. If this is the first time that you have been using Microsoft Teams, so you'll have some icons to become familiar with. One is the participants panel that looks like two people there. You can see our participants, our presenters, so that you may know who's here tonight. There's also the chat feature. So you can click on that at any time to submit a question that we can help in asking our presenters that we have here tonight. Also, that's where you'll find our presenters list some of their contact information, so you'll be able to find that later on too. The hand button, you can raise and lower your hand. So if you would like to ask the question, not in the chat, by asking it verbally, you can feel free to do that so we can put you in the queue. There are three little buttons. Those are just some menu actions for the meeting here tonight. You don't have to worry as much about those. The camera icon, you'll use that if you want to turn your camera on or off if you're asking a question. And then the microphone button is how you can mute and unmute yourself if you'd like to ask the question verbally. And finally, way on the right, you'll find the red leave button. So that is how you will leave tonight at the end of our session. So once again, we have the session here tonight. It will be about an hour that our resources will be sharing. So get ready. Next, we just have a welcome from our chancellor and administration as well.
Hi, my name is Mike Alexander, and I have the honor of being the Chancellor at the University of Wisconsin Green Bay. On behalf of all of our faculty, staff, and students, I want to welcome you as new students to our university. We are thrilled to have you here. I know it's unusual circumstances in which you're beginning your career at UW Green Bay, but we are so happy to have you with us and so happy to have you joining a university that is truly on the rise. We continue to grow as a university. We continue to connect to our community, and we continue to make a difference in our region. We're thrilled to have you a part of that process and to hopefully help you reach your goals and dreams for your education and beyond while you're with us. I also want to thank you for taking a chance, for really pushing yourself to rise above the adversity that's happening in our country right now, specifically with the pandemic. I really appreciate you trusting your education with us. We want to do right by that. And I urge you to take advantage of all of the aspects that a university like Green Bay can provide for you, and know that the support that you get while you're here as a student does not end even once you're done being a student. That once you're a Phoenix, you're always a Phoenix, and you have a network of amazing faculty, staff, and alumni, and your current colleagues that will help support you throughout your careers. So best of luck. I look forward to seeing you as you go through your educational journey and hopefully shaking your hand at the end of it. Take care.
Hi, I'm Kate Burns. I'm the Interim Provost and Vice Chancellor of Academic Affairs here at UW Green Bay. I wanted to take a moment to welcome you to the spring semester. This spring, we're offering courses in a variety of modalities. So we have courses that are online, both synchronous, so that you're meeting all in the same time in a virtual classroom, as well as asynchronous, so you can meet whatever best works with your schedule and complete the work. We also have some courses that are hybrid or blended, so that you are partially online, partially in person, as well as courses that are in person using socially distanced guidelines. So while this semester might be a bit different, a different start to your college career, we are so excited to have you with us. We want to make sure that you get the support that you need. So if you have any questions or concerns at any point, please reach out to your professors. They are here to help you. They are excited about their subject area and wanting to share their expertise with you, and are a great way to make sure you are feeling connected and involved in our university. So welcome again, and I hope that you have a great spring semester.
Good day and welcome to the University of Wisconsin-Green Bay. We are excited that you have chosen our institution to advance your academic studies. We hope that while you are with us, that you will engage both inside and outside of the classroom environment with our faculty, our staff, and our students. I invite you to participate in our many co-curricular activities, student organizations, student clubs, our Student Government Association, which speaks to our commitment of shared governance, our University Union, which is the hub and living room of our student activities, our University Recreation Center, our Pride Center, our Multi-Ethnic Student Affairs, MESA. As the Vice Chancellor for University Inclusivity and Student Affairs, I champion our institution's commitment to equity, diversity, and inclusion. We will do our best to provide you with a transformational experience that will be both life-changing and diverse. Your holistic development is our commitment. And so we also invite you to engage in our wellness center, where we have health services and mental health services to ensure your well-being as a student at the University of Wisconsin-Green Bay. This pandemic has provided us with some incredible challenges, but our institution has stepped up to the plate to ensure in our variety of modalities that we provide you with the best student experience possible. Thank you again for joining the Phoenix family, and remember, once a Phoenix, always a Phoenix.
Thank you to Chancellor Alexander, Interim Provost Burns, and Vice Chancellor King for that video. One housekeeping thing that I forgot to mention, so this session is being recorded. I'll show you at the end how you can find it if you need to come back to it at any time at the GB Orientation website. Also, there was a session last night where we had student ambassadors sharing more about their experience, and we have that recording available on the GB Orientation website as well. So I'll show you at the end of the night where you can find those. Without further ado, though, I'd like to move to our resources to be able to share more about them. You heard Vice Chancellor King talk about towards the end about the Wellness Center, and that's where we'll start tonight, as on the forefront of a lot of people's mind is COVID-19 and what the university is doing for that. So I would like to welcome Amy and Michelle to talk more about the Wellness Center. Sorry, Amy, you're muted.
Take two. Okay. Hello again. I'm Amy Henniges. I am the Director of Counseling and Student Support in the Wellness Center. And Michelle Cullen and I would like to extend a huge welcome from all of us in the Wellness Center to have you come to UW Green Bay. Are you able to show our slides tonight, Adam?
Yes, I will get there. One
Okay. So let me first start out by saying that We do have our main wellness center located on the Green Bay campus in the Student Services building. We're just down from the bursar's office, right behind kind of GBOS on the same block. And we are open throughout the week, and we also have Saturday morning hours. And on the slide that Adam's about to show you, and also importantly on our website where it's even easier to find, we have 2 different phone numbers for counseling. One of them is to reach a counselor for our Green Bay and Marinette campus students, and the second phone number is for the students on the Manitowoc and Sheboygan campus. And don't worry about writing those down because you can easily find them on our Wellness Center website, or you can email us at counselhealth@uwgb.edu. I just want to spend a few minutes on the next slide just explaining our counseling services. We have 4 licensed professional counselors on our main Green Bay campus team, and 3 more counselors actually that help us with Marinette and Sheboygan. We offer one-on-one personal counseling with students, and we are also an excellent resource for victims and survivors of sexual assault and domestic violence. And it's important to know that we are the one department, the Wellness Center, where a student who is an adult can come and report a sexual assault and get assistance and resources from us without having their name forwarded to the university if they're interested in remaining anonymous. So just kind of tuck that in the back of your hat in case you can ever help somebody or a friend or yourself with that situation. We also have 2 of our counselors certified in alcohol and drug abuse and can help with those types of assessments and resources and referrals. And all of our counselors are really well equipped to help with any kind of crisis intervention. And in fact, we save a couple of appointments every day for what we consider more urgent situations. So if you're ever calling us to start services, or if you're currently seeing a counselor and you're having a really tough day, please convey urgency when you call us, and we will help work you into an appointment or a callback on that same day so that we can assist you through those tough moments too. We also offer skills workshops and group counseling. We have MSW intern working with us this academic year. Her name is Wava, and she's absolutely excellent. And there's really no issue too big or too small. Either we can help you directly, or we can help refer you to a service in the community that can continue to help you. And we are open year round. It's free to come and see a counselor. And the counseling hours are 8 to 4:30 Monday and Friday. And we are closed on weekends and legal holidays, but otherwise we're open year round. So next I want to just turn it over to Michelle Cullen, and she's going to tell you more about our medical services. And new this year, we are so excited to have partnered with Prevea Health to broaden our health services for students. So thank you, Michelle.
Thank you, Amy. And thanks for having me tonight. And as Amy said, Prevea has been very fortunate to have the opportunity to partner with the university and offer clinic services in the Wellness Center. So as Amy said, we're in the same clinic area, student services down from the bursar's office, room 1400. The same phone number that was listed on the previous slide can get you to the clinic aspect if you need an appointment as well. The office hours Monday, Wednesday, Friday are 8 to 4:30, Tuesday, Thursday starting a little bit later, 9:30 to 5:30, and we do offer Saturday morning hours from 8 until noon for the medical clinic. The clinic is staffed by 2 nurse practitioners, myself and Paige, who will be starting actually probably the first part of March. There are also 2 registered nurses there who are very skilled and can offer a lot of services as well. So the reasons you could come to the clinic are similar as to any other medical clinic. You could come for any type of medical evaluation, a physical wellness exam, if you have some sort of illness, injury, sprain, that type of thing, if you need contraceptive care. We do have certain low-cost medications to dispense right here at the university. Those do need to be paid for at the time of the dispensing, so those can be paid for with cash, check, credit, or debit. If that doesn't work out, a prescription can be called to the pharmacy, and you can use your insurance card at the pharmacy as well. We do offer some immunizations, and we offer some lab services as well. All office appointments, wellness exam, physicals, coming in for any type of illness, the exam itself, the office visit is free. There's no charge for that. There are certain fees, again, as mentioned, for any medications we dispense. Certain labs may have charges as well. They are at a very reduced rate through the clinic, much less than it would be billed at any other outside clinic. And those can be also billed to insurance or paid out of pocket. So just so you know that. The clinic itself is open mid-August through mid-May, technically closed during the summertime for the clinic aspect, medical clinic. So if you could just forward the slide, please. Adam, thank you. Went through, most of this already, other than just know that, Prevea wants to be there for you 24/7. If the clinic itself isn't open, you wake up middle of the night, you're not feeling well, you are able to call the Prevea urgent care hotline, and the phone number is listed on the website. So you get access to talking to a triage nurse who can talk you through whatever situation and give you direction. There are opportunities to have certain types of illnesses maybe taken care of right over the computer through a virtual visit. We also have urgent care in the areas, and students on the UW campuses are allowed to use those. There is a fee if you are a GB student and you have to go to an urgent care. The branch campuses, because you don't have a clinic on site, you can use the urgent care and the office visit. There's no fee, but any type of lab or diagnostic services would be billed to your insurance. So I know that gets a little confusing, but we would always be more than happy to try to help recommend, guide you, and explain that. And you can also find the information on the website also. If you want to just advance the slide. The one thing, if I could stress, that's very important is to sign up for My Prevea. You sign up, you can get a phone app or on your computer, and that is going to be one of the main ways of communicating for your COVID testing that you'll have to have done. People who live on campus will have to have weekly surveillance testing. You sign up through My Prevea. You have to do that to get your appointment slot. If you're, again, signing up just for that routine, when you sign up for My Prevea, you choose the location, as it kind of shows on the bottom there, and you choose surveillance, just meaning your routine testing. If you want to just go to the next slide, if you're having symptoms which could be COVID, which you probably all heard these plenty of times by now, if you're having any kind of symptom, that's going to result in a different type of COVID test, which has to be done at the Health and Wellness Center. But as you go through your symptom checklist, if you check any of those, it should guide you to that. So like I say, that you'll kind of get the hang of that as you're signing up for those surveillance testing. If you want to advance the slide again, if we could just ask, we want to keep everybody moving forward and get back to normalcy. And the best way we can do that is to continue to help prevent the spread of COVID. So we need to just remember, I know it's been a long year so far, but we're seeing light at the end of the tunnel. So please continue to social distance, wear your face mask, clean and disinfect. And if you want to just advance one more, again, just wash your hands regularly, cover your cough and sneezes with a tissue. And if you're sick, stay home again, and contact the clinic, find out what you should do, that type of thing. But just trying not to socialize, especially if you're sick. So we want everybody to stay healthy and have an awesome semester. So that's, in a nutshell, the information that I have. So do you have any questions at all on the Health and Wellness Center?
And once again, you can feel free to type in the chat, or if you'd like to raise your hand, you're welcome to ask a question that way too. We can call on you. Otherwise, Amy, I think I will put the Wellness Center website in the chat for everyone if they would like to check out the website. We do have a question. So do we have to be tested before the first day of class?
Amy, does the COVID response team have a recommendation for that? You're muted.
Yes, we are asking you to be tested before the first day of class. If your class is so early and you can't get to the CREST Center before that, do it the same day. But please, please don't come onto campus or come to class with any symptoms. We do want you to get tested that first day. Go ahead now, log on to your MyPurveyor or create an account, and you can already be making those appointments today. So you should be able to get a decent spot. So yes, please get tested. And we're actually going to open up a few testing hours on that Sunday morning also between 9 and 12. So if you're interested in coming out on Sunday morning and getting it taken care of, that's another option available to you right at the CREST Center.
So as far as the testing requirements for students who do not live on campus, and I know we will be having Mark from the Dean of Students office explaining a little bit more of that, so we can we'll be able to get into a little bit more of that as far as who's testing when and how.
But essentially, if you live on campus, we want you tested once a week, and if you live off campus, every other week is kind of the general guideline.
Say in requests or required for Sheboygan campus as well?
Yes, it will be, and there'll be a designated day where you can get testing right on the Sheboygan campus. I believe it's a Tuesday.
Right. I just threw the Wellness Center website address in there if you'd like to find any more information about what Amy and Michelle were talking about tonight.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Right, next we are going to shift gears a little bit and go talk to Dr. Vince Lowry, who's going to be talking to us about student success and some other resources that would be helpful for you all. So welcome.
Thank you very much, Adam. I'm just going to load my presentation here so everyone can see it. And Adam, if you could just confirm that everybody has a view of my presentation, that would be fantastic.
We got it.
Awesome, awesome. So you've probably already gotten loads of welcomes, but let me be the 10th or 12th or 20th person to say welcome to the University of Wisconsin-Green Bay. We are so excited to have you join us as a member of the Phoenix family. My name is Vince Lowry. I'm the Director of Student Success and Engagement. I joined the University of Wisconsin-Green Bay in the fall of 2009 as a member of the Humanities and History program. I came in to teach African American history and ethnic studies. In the spring of 2019, I moved into my current role, which I often tell people, and I should tell people every time I introduce myself and describe my title. The reason I ended up in the role that I did was the opportunity that I had to work very closely with students in and out of the classroom. It was the relationships that I had the opportunity to forge with UWGB students that made me want to pursue the role that I'm in now. And it's what gets me up every morning, what excites me about opportunities like this, because you've got your journey in front of you. Wherever it's going to take you, it's in front of you. And I'm excited to be a part of that journey, just as everybody is who's going to be speaking to you tonight. I'm going to try not to take up a ton of time. I'm going to watch the clock because, as everybody here knows, I can take up a lot of time. But I want to just give 3 quick tips on how to maximize your experience. Number 1, engage the experience, right? So you heard this from Provost Burns. You heard this from Vice Chancellor King. Probably going to hear this from a lot of other people. Engage the experience. But what does this mean, engage the experience? Number 1, engage your classes. Ask questions. Get to know your professors. As I just said, for me, what really inspired me and inspires me daily are the relationships I built with students who connected with me in the classroom. Take some time in the first few weeks of the semester to meet them, to get to know them, to find out about their journeys. You know, you might be wondering, what does it take to be successful in this class or that class? Your professors are going to be the best people to know. So take that time, a little bit of time to set up an appointment, to meet with them, to chat with them about that. Now, engaging the experience might start in the classroom, but it has the potential to reach much further. Think about the connections between your classes, your interests, and your community. Why? Because this approach heightens curiosity. And when we heighten curiosity, we deepen our learning. And when we deepen our learning, we're more successful. At the same time, learning happens outside the classroom through involvement in campus volunteer and employment opportunities and the student organizations that Vice Chancellor King referenced. All of these present chances to connect with peers, to pursue your interests, and develop skills. They are, as he said, transformative. Now, how do I know that? Where does that come from? Well, we know that because your predecessors, the people who have walked down the path that you're just starting, have told us. Upon graduation, they've completed a survey year after year telling us that all of these experiences made a difference in their lives. In particular, watch out for high impact practices. Find the high impact practices that fit your journey. These might be opportunities to participate in learning communities, engage in writing intensive courses, working with your peers on projects, engaging in research on your own or in collaboration with a peer or with a professor, learning about the world in which you live through courses on diversity and the world, service learning or community-based learning experiences, internships, and senior projects. All the research out there tells us that these experiences have positive impacts on learning, student success, graduation. So you're there shaking the hand of Provost Alexander upon graduation, but that these impacts last much longer. They are, as Vice Chancellor King used the word, transformative. If you're curious about these opportunities, be sure to speak to your advisor. You can, of course, reach out to me, which will not be the last time you hear that piece of advice. Use your tools. You're getting a lot of tools tonight. I like to talk about toolboxes for being a student and to be successful. You get a lot of information tonight. Hopefully you're taking notes. You're making note of the people who are participating. As Adam said, the session's being recorded, so you can go back and take a look. But you're finding out about all the people who are there to support you, who are there to contribute to your journey. They are support tools, but there are other tools as well. You got email, right? That is our number one way of communicating with you. Get used to checking your email regularly. And then by next week, you'll be immersed in Canvas, our online learning system. Now, that word might not mean anything to you right now. It will soon enough. Check your email, watch for updates from your professors. Canvas is the way that you're going to learn online this semester, even for both face-to-face and virtual courses. It's important that you build into your routine checking these tools. Now, there's another tool as well, and that is Navigate, our student success app. There are a lot of things you might do in the wake of this session. One of the things I strongly recommend you do is go out and download this app on your smart device if you have one, your tablet. This is a critical tool for you, as the name says, to navigate your journey at UWGB. It's going to be a place where you're going to see your schedule. We're going to be able to give you information, key to-dos and tips that you're going to want to check off, upcoming events. You're also going to be able to schedule an appointment with the Learning Center. You're going to be able to find study groups in your classes. As the name says, this is how you're going to navigate your academic, your curricular, and your co-curricular experience. So definitely make this a priority to download before the semester starts. Now, everybody knows that in my list of tips, they're going to hear the phrase, build your squad. Now, college tends to make us feel like we're on this journey alone, especially right now when we're physically distanced, we're virtual in so many opportunities, just like tonight. But college is not meant to be that way, and that is not how UW Green Bay is built. You are surrounded by people, and you're getting to know some of them tonight, who are on this journey with you. Peers, professors, staff, if you're an employee, supervisors. People who you can lean on for support, turn to with questions, people you can raise your hand to ask about their journey, their experiences, how they navigated difficult situations. Your squad is full of people who are mentors, allies, and guides on this journey. Now, I kind of already gave you a piece of homework, we'll call it, in downloading Navigate. I've got one more for you that's got a little bit of a further deadline down the road, and that is to check in with me. I want you to see me, Director of Student Success and Engagement, Vince Lowry, as a member of your squad. And so what I'm asking everybody to do is, after the first 2 weeks, check in with me. Maybe it's a quick email. Just drop me an email. Let me know how things are going. Maybe you want to sit down virtually and have a chat, grab a coffee or tea on your end. I will definitely have coffee on my end. And we can talk a little bit about how things are going. And we can find out the ways that I can support you on your journey, right? The goal of a night like tonight is that you start to build that squad. And I hope that you see me as a member of that squad. And one of the things that is probably raining loud and clear through my microphone into your speakers is that I am passionate about student success. This is what got me into this place. As I said, it was the relationships that I built with students. I hope that you'll see me as somebody who is an ally on your journey, a guide who can help you along the way. And so that second piece of homework, number 1 is download Navigate. Number 2, mark your calendar. Set a plan to check in with me after those first 2 weeks so I can hear how things are going from you and how I can help you. Now, that's a lot. Very passionate, very enthusiastic. I'm going to take a moment while you might be thinking about questions, and I'm going to enter my contact info into chat. If I get my title right, shouldn't have to mix that up. And I'm going to put my phone number in here as well. You can reach me that way too.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Vince. Any questions for Dr. Lowry tonight?
I also put, just Adam, so everybody knows, I put the link to our Navigate page where you can find out about the ways as a student you can engage that app.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Vince. Yeah, it's very important. So even if it's right after you're done here tonight, go on to Google Play or the App Store, whatever you need to do to go find Navigate so you can get that downloaded and be ready to go. All right. Well, if there's no questions right now, then we will keep this moving along. Next, we're going to be welcoming Alyssa Warpinski, who works in our GBOSS, our Green Bay one-stop shop area, to tell you more about how they can help you navigate some financial questions, other questions, just getting prepared and ready for the beginning of the semester. So welcome, Alyssa.
Hello. Hi, everybody. I'm excited to be talking with you tonight. As Adam mentioned, I manage the Green Bay One-Stop Shop, or GBOSS, as we call it. Some of you may have interacted with us already. We actually work with students through their entire academic career, from the time when you're a prospective student, maybe you have questions on applying, or maybe you came to campus for a visit. That all kind of takes place right at GBOSS. We also help with basic academic advising questions, registration questions, and the big one for a lot of people is those financial aid questions. We are frontline advisors that are trained to help get you the answers that you need right away, or get you to the right person who's the most appropriate for you to speak with whatever your question is. We're kind of the place that if you don't know where to go, or quite frankly, even what your question is, come to us. We've had a lot of experience with people walking in or calling and saying, I just really don't even know what my question is. And we talk through it and we figure it out, and we help you with those next steps of whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish there. So what I wanted to specifically go over with you today is the kind of things that I think it's really important for you to know as we start classes for the spring semester. So the very first most important thing that I want everyone to know, and there will be a quiz later with this question, is when is the first day of classes? All of you should know this already, but if you don't, The first day of classes is Monday, January 25th for the spring semester. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean all of your classes are going to meet that day, but that's the first day of the term. So what I would encourage you to do right now or after this meeting, before Monday, is going to be to log into your Student Information System account, or SIS, and check your schedule out. Look at the classes that you're enrolled in. I'm hopeful that you did that when you purchased your books. But look at what you're enrolled in. Look at the modality of those courses. Are they in-person courses that you're going to have to be on campus in a specific building, in a specific room at a specific time? Are they a virtual class that you're going to have to meet at a specific time? Or is it one of those asynchronous courses that you can kind of work at your own pace with the material for that week? Figure that out now. So on Monday, you're not panicking with what you need to do and where you need to be in all of those things. There's going to be enough to worry about with looking at your syllabuses and figuring out what you need to do. Let's do some prep work to not be too stressed out on Monday. Dr. Lori had mentioned an online learning platform called Canvas. That's where the majority of your course material and information, and for some of those virtual modality courses, the material will be there. You may not see anything if you log into Canvas right now, and that's okay. The faculty have to actually publish those classes in Canvas in order for you to see it. And that kind of happens at different times whenever that faculty is ready to do that. So as long as you are enrolled in SIS, you're enrolled in the class and you're good to go. I do want to also point out that, oh, I saw a question about Handshake. Yeah, Handshake is like an online job posting website that is for our students and recent graduates. And I believe that Steve Newton will probably go over that a lot more in depth. He's got a session later here. So I'll let him go over that a little bit more in depth, but that's definitely legit. And if you are interested in looking for jobs, you can absolutely use that system. I mentioned that we work with the financial aid office very closely, and we answer a lot of those questions right at the front desk. If you were expecting to use financial aid for this semester, just so you know, the first disbursement was scheduled for today. So the majority of students who are using financial aid, if it was all set to go, was supposed to disperse today. If your aid wasn't ready to go, we have multiple disbursements set to try and catch that before charges are due. So just because it didn't happen today doesn't mean that you're late or anything like that. If you're not sure, give us a call and we can help you take a look and help you determine how it is that you know that, and if there's any steps that you need to take, what needs to happen there. Now, if you did have aid dispersed today and it's more aid than you had charges, so there's extra aid left over, that's going to be issued to you as a refund. The refund is always going to be available 2 business days after the aid has posted. So if your aid posted today, the first day you're going to be eligible to get that refund is going to be Monday, the first day of classes. Then if your aid disperses at a later date, it's going to always be 2 business days later. Most of you will probably, if you haven't already done so, have a to-do list item in your SIS account to sign up for e-refunding. That's what this is. So if you are eligible for a refund, they would direct deposit it for you rather than printing a check and mailing it. You do need to be signed up for electronic refunding before your financial aid posts. Otherwise, the system doesn't catch it and they print a check for you. But then it's ready for next semester. So if that happens, it's not that big of a deal. But otherwise, if you have electronic refunding set up, it'll go right to your bank account and you should see that 2 business days later. Financial aid is very specific to each individual student. So if you have questions on your financial aid, please, please, please reach out to us. We don't know what questions you have until you come to us. So even if you think you have a silly question or it's something that you should already know or you think it should have been handled already, please reach out to us. We still have time and there's no stupid question. I've heard them all, believe me. So that's what we're there for. And then the last thing that I want to touch on is our financial aid office also works with scholarships for the university. And while the scholarships for this fall semester have probably all been assigned or dispersed to students, there is an application already available for next school year, which has the deadline, a priority deadline of February 15th. So certainly you can use this time to go out and submit that application. What's nice is for the university, any university scholarships, it's one application. You don't have to sit there and apply to like 50 different applications. It's all one. So you submit one and then you're kind of in the running for all of those. Okay, those are the big things that I need you to know to make sure that you're ready for classes on Monday, or whatever day of the week they start next week. Do you have any questions for me right now that I might be able to help with? Just so that you do know, GBOS is in the Student Services building. We're the front desk for all of those admissions, academic advising, financial aid offices. Thanks, Adam. Adam put our contact information in the chat there. We do have limited in-person hours, so if you do want to stop in and see us, there's a place that you can sign up for an appointment. We just want to make sure that we have staff available when you want to come, so if you can sign up for an appointment before stopping in, that would be great. Otherwise, we do have virtual services available: phone, email, a virtual appointment. We can set up a Zoom or a team call with you if you feel like that would be more beneficial. We're here to help you. It's hard. It's hard to learn how to college, and we're here to help you figure out how to do that. There's a lot more than just going to class and studying and taking your tests and engaging in that. And we want to make sure that the business side of being a student isn't too stressful. We want to help you with that. So that's what we're there for. So come see us.
Wonderful. Thank you, Alyssa. Yeah, you answered some questions along the way that we were getting in the chat. So thank you very much. And yeah, they are a great one-stop shop for those questions. Like Alyssa said, you may think like, I think this is a question. They're a great place to be able to help you in navigating that. So thank you once again. Next, I would like to move to Kim Lintner, who is here to talk about academic advising and why that's important for you to know about right now and going forward. So welcome, Kim.
Yes, thank you. Well, welcome everyone again to University of Wisconsin-Green Bay. I'm really excited that you're here. And my name again is Kim Lintner, and I'm the Assistant Director of Academic Advising and Retention here. And today I'm just going to be talking to you a little bit about what exactly academic advising is, kind of what you can expect out of our services, how your advisors can assist you, and how you can go about meeting with us. So when most people hear the term academic advisor, I think they automatically go to, oh, that's who helps me pick out my classes, which yes, we absolutely help students do that. But we also do so much more. And so I kind of like to think of academic advising as a choose your own adventure experience. We want you to be in the driver's seat of your education, making all of the decisions, but we as your advisors kind of help you choose from what your options are. We can be that information source for you. So we can help you understand your requirements for your major and your degree, help you learn about and connect you to resources that are available to support you and your success. And we can inform you about your different opportunities that you might want to take advantage of for your time here. So ultimately, we give you your options and you decide which ones to pursue, and we'll continue to guide you throughout your educational journey. So in addition to helping students choose their classes and creating a schedule, we can also help with adjusting your schedules as well. If you ever feel that you want to add or drop classes, there are deadlines for that, but we can certainly help you navigate through that and help you talk through those processes if those are options you want to explore. We also help students understand how the classes they're taking meet certain requirements for things like their majors, minors, their degree, general education requirements. And that's how we assist our students on keeping on track for their personal timeline to graduate. Another great thing that we love to help students out with is getting connected to campus resources. So we understand that sometimes you as a student might know you need help but aren't sure where to go. So similarly to GBOS, your advisors can also link you up with the options that you have for assistance. And lastly, probably one of my more favorite conversations to continually have with students is helping you explore what your options are in terms of different majors, minors, emphases, and certificates that you can pursue. So we as advisors know that there are tons of ways that you can tailor your education to be exactly what you want it to be. And you maybe aren't sure where to start or how to do that exploration, and we can help guide you through that. We want whether you're coming into the semester and knowing exactly what you want to pursue, or maybe you're uncertain or unsure about what major you're going to end up with or what program you want to look at, we always encourage students to keep their options open and keep exploring both on your own and with your advisor, because we want you to take advantage of as many opportunities as you can to get your most out of your time here. And so that's one of my favorite things to talk to students about. So that's kind of what advising does in a large nutshell, and what we can do for you. So I'm sure some of you might be wondering, okay, well, who is my assigned advisor, or how do I meet with them? So some of you may have already met with your advisor and picked out classes or registered, so you can continue to work with that person. If you haven't met with an advisor yet or are unsure who your advisor is, they are actually listed on the homepage of SIS. On the right-hand side, there's a box that says Program Advisor. Their name is in there, and I believe either their phone number and/or email address, so you can contact them that way if you want to check that out. And you're also always welcome to email or call us with questions. Our contact information is on the advising website, and I'll put that and our contact information in the chat when I'm finished here. So you can ask questions if you think of anything after today. But otherwise, if you have several questions that you want to discuss with an advisor and you would rather set up a full advising appointment, you're also welcome to do that. So those appointments will be virtual or by phone for this spring, by either calling GBOS or by emailing our advising office is how you can set up those appointments, or by downloading the Navigate app that was introduced earlier. You can actually schedule appointments with advisors in there 24/7, so you don't have to wait till we're open to hear a response, which is kind of nice, especially if it's a late night or a weekend maybe that you're studying and you're like, oh, I really want to meet with an advisor. You can just pop that app open, find a time to meet with us at our next business hours, and schedule it right then and there. So another great incentive for using that Navigate app. So if you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to put them into the chat and I'll answer them as best I can. Otherwise, I will put our contact information in there as well, so that we can connect at a different time if you have questions that come up after today. All right. I'll get the email and the link in there, but thank you everyone for your time.
Well, thank you, Kim. Next, I would like to turn it over to Lynn Nemi, who's here from Student Accessibility Services, to talk about how and what you may need to know about accessibility on campus and how you can get accessibility services if you find you need. So welcome, Lynn.
Thanks. Welcome, everyone. I'm just going to share our website because I think we have so much good information on our website. I'm Lynn Nemi. I'm the Director of Student Accessibility Services. We've just did a name change. We were formerly Disability Services. So we have a great new website for students to look at and get our resources. So who we serve students with a documented disability so that they have access to UW Green Bay. So if you need access, and need accommodations, that's what we're here for. So the students that may seek out our services vary. So many people think it's always the people who have difficulties either hearing, seeing, or walking. We do work with all of those students, but we do work with a lot of invisible disabilities, such as students with mental health disabilities, such as anxiety, depression, bipolar, schizophrenia, ADHD, learning disabilities, and other health. So some people, may have health conditions that they need some accommodations. For example, recently a lot of individuals who are diabetic may have to have their phones out while they're monitoring their blood sugars, especially when in high stressful events like taking a test. So they may need to have that out so they can monitor their blood sugar. So we've done those type of accommodations. So if students need accommodations, they can just click this easy button and how to apply. We have everything that students, when they apply for services, all online, so they can apply here for academic accommodations or apply for housing accommodations. So it's really easy for students to access. So like what kind of services, excuse me, maybe like more time for an exam, alternative texts, assistive tools for note taking. So we have a list of services that are also on our website. Again, everything here is confidential. We do not disclose your disability to anyone except for myself or James. We just need to know that you have a documented disability, and your faculty just need to know what kind of accommodations you need. So again, everything's confidential. Nothing is flagged on your transcript that says you have accommodations. We just want to make sure students have access to services, and especially our academic programs, so that they can show what they know and get the grades that they've earned. We always say we do nothing special here. We're just about equal access. So just want to make sure students know about our service. So a lot of times students didn't realize they could access our services. We have documentation forms, or you can submit your documentation. You know, if it's been a while since you've been in school, or you don't know, just please contact me. I put my contact information in the chat. Just really want you to, hey, I'm not sure. We'll definitely help you, guide you to what services we may be able to provide and or other resources on campus. So we're really happy that you're here. Again, a lot of students who get accommodations here have not had accommodations in high school. So don't worry, because I didn't have them in high school doesn't mean you can't have them in college. So we really want to make sure you have access. So again, I'm Lynn, and ready to, congratulations, excited to have you on our campus, and hopefully we'll be able to meet in person someday soon.
Wonderful, thank
Thank you.
All right, next, I would like to introduce Mark Wolkowski, who is the Dean of Students at UW Green Bay, to talk to us more about their services, and I know he'll be talking a little bit more about COVID and COVID testing as well.
Thank you, Adam. As I try and get my screens up. Can you see that one? Adam?
Not yet.
Oh, here we go. So close and yet so far.
There.
How about that?
Yep.
Actually put it in slide mode so you can see that a little bit better. Okay. So COVID policies. So if you have been asking about testing, so let me start with just daily self-assessments. This is something that we wish students to fill out anytime they're either coming to campus, or if you live on campus, to fill out each day that you're on campus. The idea is that it's a quick check to make sure you don't have any symptoms, and just a confirmation that things are okay. And if you do feel like, hey, something's not feeling right, you can check the box there. Contact goes to our Office of COVID Response, who actually Amy Hennigas from our Wellness Center, who you saw earlier tonight, actually manages. And someone from that office will reach out and connect with you and try and help you or guide you through what's going to happen next. So that's the daily self-assessment. The antigen testing, which some of you have been asking, is available on all 4 campuses. So for the Green Bay campus, that is offered through the Crest Center. For the other 3 campuses, it is offered every other Tuesday. And actually, you got an email from the Chancellor's office today with the details of that. And I'll show you that email at the end of my presentation today. So you have some details. Essentially, for the students living on campus, you're asked to test once per week. For commuting students, meaning those that don't live on campus, but you are coming to campus say at least once per week, maybe to attend class, maybe because you've got a campus job, maybe just because you want to study in a library or use the computer lab. For those reasons, you would have to test once every other week. And again, that can be done at the Crest Center or on the other campuses on every other Tuesday. So there's that. But let's talk about Dean of Students Office. As Adam said, I am the Dean of Students, and people have the perception of, well, I'm not quite sure what they do there. So let's talk about what we do. Common reasons students have contact with our office. The biggest one is going to be like illness, emergencies, or bereavement or loss. So times when the student is going to be absent from class. Why do students contact us? Because we contact your faculty for you in those instances. So if you have the flu, if you're having COVID symptoms and decide I should not be going to class so you can protect others, if you're in the hospital unexpectedly because you were in a car accident, your appendix blew up, something, or if there's a loss in your family, we will notify faculty anytime you're going to be out of class more than 2 days. And the information is confidential. So if it's out for medical reasons, we're just going to say out for medical, and we're going to say approximately how many days you're going to be out. And that's all we tell faculty. And so we try and keep that simple, know that it's one phone call or one email, and notice goes out on your behalf. Other reasons students will contact our office is we are responsible for working with Title IX issues. This covers things such as discrimination, relationship violence. It can be that you're expecting or new parents, sexual harassment, assaults, or stalking, all those kind of relationship things. Our office both will investigate any policy violations as well as we help provide accommodations, whether this is an event that's happening right now, say a sexual harassment thing, or maybe it's something that happened in your past, maybe the previous semester, previous year, whatever. We will assist you with that. You may also get contacted by our office to come talk to one of our staff members. This is because someone else in the campus community has said, you know, I'm just concerned. I think this person needs some help. And that could be for multiple reasons. Could be food insecurity. Could be that, you know, you just haven't shown up for class for 2 weeks and the professor's worried about you. But know that, you know, you're not in any trouble when we notify you or ask you to come in for that. It's just that we're trying to help. So if you get a request, a phone call, an email, please respond because we want to do everything we can to help you be successful here. In terms of services that we offer, our Phoenix Cares website is available to you. I'll have to put that one in the grid or in the chat. This is a website we designed so that at your fingertips, you have all kinds of emergency resources. So if you don't have enough food to eat, where can you get that on and off campus? On any 4 of our campuses. Same with something like a sexual harassment, dating violence. If you're homeless, if you have financial concerns, how do you get emergency grants from the university? All of those types of resources are on Phoenix Cares, as well as reporting forms. So if you're concerned about someone else, or even if you're concerned about yourself and you want to say, kind of raise your hand and say, I need some help. There's forms there you can fill out and our staff will reach out, get in touch with the person and make sure that they're doing okay. Also, you can report bias incidents through our office. We want that to happen because we want to know what's happening at the lowest level. So just little things are important to us because it helps us identify patterns on campus. So if you notice a poster's been vandalized in, you know, one of the academic buildings in the union or something, fill out a quick report. Let us know that you saw some hateful language or images drawn on something that were inappropriate, or somebody tore down the poster. That helps us figure out what's going on across the entire campus. So those little puzzle pieces help us see the bigger picture. So please report those things. We want to help and support individuals that are harmed and just identify the patterns so we can prevent things from getting worse. And I will end that there and share my email that I was talking about. So this is an email that just went out to all students today from the Chancellor's office. And I saw some of you were asking, when is the testing? How does this work? So this will hopefully give you a sense of how it operates, in particular for our 3 additional locations. So the testing dates and times are in there for you. And then so they will start after these dates. It's just going every other week. So know that Tuesday is your day to get tested, and please plan accordingly. And I think that is everything I had, Adam. Are there any questions?
There was one question in the chat about a student who was setting up a test prior to coming to campus, and Purveya asking questions about symptoms, and it's saying there was no recommendations to show at this time. So wondering, how do I go about to schedule a test without having symptoms?
Aha, excellent question. So when you get to the screen where it's asking you about different symptoms, scroll way to the bottom of that. And there's a little tile at the bottom of the list that says surveillance testing. That is the button you check. You're essentially saying, I have no symptoms, I'm just coming in for the surveillance test. And then it'll allow you to go through and to schedule the appointment. Hopefully it answers your question, Robert. Thanks for asking, because a number of students have been asking that question, and we're trying to get better information out in terms of how to use that app for our community students.
Yes, and faculty and staff are becoming familiar as well. We'll be
Yes.
every other week as well, so we are becoming familiar with the process too. Cool. Well, thank you very much, Mark.
Sure, anytime.
All right, next we are going to shift gears and welcome Steve Newton from Career Services to talk to us more about how they can help guide you through the process now and preparing for the careers in the future. So welcome, Steve.
Thanks, Adam. Sharing my screen now. Is it showing up for you yet?
Yep, it's there.
Good. All right. Hi, everyone. I'm going to give you a quick overview of Career Services, what we do, the resources that are available to you. We do serve students on all 4 campuses. So there's one central career office in Green Bay for all 4 of our campuses. A lot of students hear the name Career Services and their initial thought is that that's just the place I'm going to go when I'm looking for a job and I graduate. And that is something we're going to help you with. But in order to make that happen successfully, there's a lot of things you need to do to prepare ahead of time that we can help you with as well. So you'll see on the screen here, I've outlined some of the basic things that we can do with you or help you with. First is figuring out not only why you're here, but where you think you're headed after college. You can't really adequately prepare for your career field until you know what it is. And so that means understanding, what is it that I think I'm going to be doing after college? Some of you coming in might still be undecided about that. Some of you might have a major picked out already that you're firm on, but you're not sure what kind of job that's going to lead to. And others might be coming in with ideas in mind, but you're going to change your mind after you get here. And those are all pretty common scenarios, and our office is a resource for you when you want to know what your options are for life after college, where you start to change your mind, you're not quite sure about your path. Career Services is going to be able to help you with that. That happens often through individual career counseling. You just set up an appointment with me or one of the other staff. There's a career planning course you can take that I offer every semester. It's a 1-credit class, and the focus of that is career exploration and decision making as well. And we've got a lot of resources and information on our website for you to help you learn about occupations. So that's the first thing we do, is try to get you set up so that you know where it is you're headed and what you're preparing for. The next most important thing along the way is getting some kind of experience relevant to what you'd like to do. And that's where internships come into play for most students. So our office is going to help you know how to look for internships and also jobs when you're graduating. Somebody had asked a question earlier about Handshake, and Handshake is our job posting platform. So all the jobs and internships that we're aware of get posted in Handshake. There's other things in Handshake as well. All of our career events go in there. It's also the platform we're using for our virtual job and internship fair last fall and this semester as well. So there's a lot of ways that you're going to interact with our office through the Handshake site. You already have an account in Handshake if you're registered as a student here at UW Green Bay. And if you do have any questions about using it or need help navigating it, you can just contact the Career Services office. So we do maintain those job postings. We also have, as I mentioned before, job and internship fair, other on-campus recruiting events. Normally, we bring employers to campus for a variety of different programs. So different ways that we're trying to connect you to the opportunities that exist out there, both with internships while you're in school and full-time jobs when you're graduating. In order to find those jobs, you also need to develop some professional skills. And so our office has services and resources to help you with that as well. Learning how to write resumes and cover letters, for example. learning how to perform well in an interview, networking with people in your field. Those are all skills that you want to develop while you're in college so that you're prepared to make that transition from college into the world of work successfully. So we have different programs on all those topics every semester. We have individual appointments that we can help you with those things. We often do class presentations, and we got a lot of information about those topics on our website as well. Some of you may be going into career fields where you're going to continue your education beyond your bachelor's degree. And Career Services also has resources to help you with that. So helping you understand how to select and apply to graduate and professional school programs is also something that we do. If you're going to be going on, for example, for medicine or physical therapy, or you want to be a mental health counselor or a lawyer or something along those lines, we can help you understand how to identify those programs, know what the requirements are, and also what steps you should be taking to prepare, along with then the timeline for applying for those programs. So figuring out your career path, finding jobs and internships, getting that experience, developing those professional skills, looking for graduate and professional school opportunities, those are all things that we are here to help you with. We are offering all of our services this semester virtually. So individual appointments, job fairs, workshops, other types of programs are all available, and they're happening either through web conferencing or by telephone, but we are offering all those services. You can see our website is there on the screen for you. I can pop that into the chat as well when I'm done, and you'll find a lot more details about our services on the website.
Thank you very much, Steve. Any questions for Steve regarding Career Services? Right. If not, thank you, Steve, for then putting your information in the chat. So if people need to follow up, they certainly can.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then it is my turn to present a little bit here, and final presenter for the night. So you're almost there, everybody. I wanted to start off talking a little bit about the Learning Center that we have on campus. Vince alluded to the Learning Center when he was talking about Navigate. I wanted to pull up their website. So the Learning Center is a very important resource as you go on into your semester and if you find that you need some support in any of your classes. And for the spring semester, the Learning Center has two essential ways that you can get involved with tutoring. So one is through the Navigate app, and it lists here. So if you need a tutor, you can download the Navigate app, which you hopefully will have already done so. And and then you'll find a list of tutors and time options for the courses. So you'll be able to find if there's a tutor for the course that you're looking for. Another option is using BrainFuse, which is live online tutoring. And so they have the homework help from professional tutors in a number of different areas, and common ones of accounting, biology, chemistry, as well as other ones that aren't listed here. And all you need to do is sign in. You can click here to sign into BrainFuse with your UWGB, your ID, like your username that you would use for your email, and then the password that you would use for your email as well. So it's very easy and very simple to do. And I will make sure that I put this link into the chat for you all as well, so you can visit the Learning Center virtually and check that out. Moving from the Learning Center, next what I wanted to talk about is an area in which I work. So I work in student life, which is in our university union. And so what I wanted to highlight was where you can find some additional information about university union, student life, as well as the resources that were here tonight and some that weren't here tonight. So on our GB orientation website, we have a number of different tabs that you can explore, and I encourage you to do this after tonight if you haven't already. In our resources tab, there's an area called Guidebook. And so if you click on Guidebook and then go to download the guidebook, you'll find our special guidebook that we created here for spring 2021 for you to know more about our campus. And as you explore through the guidebook, you'll find that there's a long table of contents here with some that were here tonight, like career services, academic advising, and some that weren't. So you can find more about university recreation. What I do want to highlight is our university union. So our university union on campus Vice Chancellor King talked about it as the living room of the university. It's the place where you can come and you have so many services there available to you. You can also just hang out with people in some of the spaces. And there's many different things to our union. And so I wanted to spotlight a few of them here. We have our Phoenix bookstore that you can get your textbooks. We have also apparel available there. They have their website. So if you're not coming to campus, you can check out their website of what you could have shipped to you. We also have our UW Credit Union available in our university union. So if you're looking to create an account, they also are very helpful in talking about financial education with students. So if you have any questions, they'd be happy to help you there. Our University Ticketing and Information Center. So if you will be on campus for the spring, that is where you can go and get your student ID. And your student ID is helpful for a number of reasons. It's something to always have on you as your ID as you're going around campus. You'll use for printing, for meals, and many different things that you'll be using your ID for. When you go to get your ID, there is no cost for your first ID. We also have some swag bags available at the UTIC as well as you get your ID here in the beginning. Also in our university union, we have our Commuter Life Lounge. It's an area if you have time in between classes to spend some downtime. There's also other areas in our university union that you can spend your downtime. There's our multi-ethnic student affairs office, our student life suite, our Phoenix Club, so a number of different spaces that you can go and use and enjoy the services that they offer. MESA, our multi-ethnic student affairs office, have great advisors who are happy to help with students, connect you with other students, and help get you connected to resources as well. Student Life, we are also about getting you connected, finding what events may be going on, finding what orgs maybe you may be interested in, how we can get you connected with those as well. There was a question about service. We do have an online service platform called QGB, CUEGB.com. So that's connected with the Brown County Volunteer Center. So it connects with volunteer opportunities that you can volunteer on your own. We also have structured volunteer service that we do throughout the semester and year as well. The union also is a hub for dining. So in there you have our All You Care to Eat marketplace. There's also our Green Bay Grill. The Phoenix Club also serves food, so if you're on campus, that's a great place to be able to get some food. In this guidebook, you'll find that there's information about meal plans, if you have questions about those, or in the future as with what you want to consider for your meal plans. Information, once again, about your university ID and pass points. Pass points you can load onto your account and you can use them on campus as well as at some off-campus locations as well. And I just wanted to move up a little bit to talk a little bit more about student life. So we have our professional staff in student life. We have our student ambassadors who some of you got to meet last night as they were talking about their experiences. And they're always happy to share, and I would be happy to connect you with any of them to talk more about their experiences. And we have our Good Times Programming Board, which is our student programming board who create events for you students. And then we have our student organizations, and we have our link here where you can check out our big list of orgs to see what you may be interested in. And once again, our service opportunities with QGB. And if you visit our Student Life website, you'll find that if you will not be joining us in person for the spring, we have a number of virtual events going on. So we list out the different virtual events and how you can get engaged with them. So whether it's virtual bingo and playing, or it's signing up for a craft event and having some items shipped to you. So we have a lot of opportunities for you to stay involved. So that is all about student life, the university union. I would be happy to answer any questions, and I'll toss my contact information here in the chat as well in case you have any questions later on. All right. If there are no questions, just a little bit of wrap up for the night. So once again, our GB orientation website, if you haven't checked it out already, please go there, look at the resources that are there. They're there for you as you're getting started. There will be the recording of this session that will be put here on our transfer welcome tab. We already have the video of last night's session with our student ambassadors. So if you were not there and you would like to check it out, oh, someone's here. Feel free to go check that out as well. And this is where we will put the video from tonight's session. So please go check that out. I also want to make one more plug that next Tuesday, there's going to be a family session. So if you have any family members who want to learn more about how they can support you in your success here at UW Green Bay, please have them register, or you can register them and their email to be able to get the session link for that. And watch your UWGB email, because we'll be sending out a survey for this to find out if you still have questions about anything on how we can continue to improve. So if there are no other questions for the night, I just want to personally thank you for spending some time here tonight to hear from our resources. I hope that it was helpful and useful to you. And if you do have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Know that we are here. We're happy to help you in guiding you here to some success at UW Green Bay. Wonderful. Well, thank you all. I hope you have a great rest of your night and a great start to your spring semester and beyond.